I am dealing with crackheads and cops, and I don't know how to break the stride into just normal conversation mode and break the insanity in which I have been dealing the last couple days, to be quite honest. I had a crackhead steal my car last night, bring my car back after I called the cops on him. I thought it would help to talk, and it's not helping.
Okay. This happened last night?
No, listen, I've had the cops called on me probably 5 or 6 times. I record it all, and I put it on YouTube. I don't think I'm in the wrong. A lot of people do. It's debatable, right? But I contend with Tourette syndrome, and I've been persecuted because of it for the last 10 years. And I'm fed up and tired of it. And I'm not going to say it was my Tourette syndrome that's got me into this trouble, but it certainly fucking was a major contributing factor to it. But then I just got fed up and sort of went with it. So I don't know where the fuck we're at right now. My dog is fucking hormonal and out of fucking control. I'm training him to be a protection animal, right? So I can't discourage any of these natural instincts that he's experiencing. And he's got no one to take it out on but me. And he doesn't know if he wants to fuck me, fight me, or whatever the fuck he wants to do, or just chew up everything in the house. And you can hear him going fucking nuts.
Oh, wow. That seems like it's a lot.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy.
What is your name?
My name's AJ. I got a first AJ. Strike for having my service animal off lead while training. Fuck you.
Okay. Are you a veteran?
Yes, ma'am. I'm living in a veteran complex.
Okay. And so you've had the police. Sounds like there's a couple of things going on. You had the police call on you. Your dog is going through some things. And you have a condition that you don't have control over.
Yeah, it's a little bit more dramatic than all that, but yeah, that sums it up. They recently extradited me up to the state of Washington to retry me on a felony death threat against Judge Scott Collier. Personal focus suggestion. Please focus to automatically turn on. What the fuck? You want to go with? I'll kill you all. I apologize, ma'am.
Okay. Are you having current thoughts of homicide? Are you having thoughts of killing
Honestly,
someone?
I'm really not. I told you the cops were out here today. I've been threatening to kill the cops for fucking years, I guess. But really, seriously, like I'm going to fucking do it since November 21st. And they came out today because the fucking crackhead that stole my car, I had 2 iPhones in it. And, okay, I will, logos, I love you. Anyway, I'll kill you all. I apologize, ma'am. Anyway, he took my iPhones and left, or whatever, because he shut them off because they were tracking devices. Does that make sense? And then when he came back, he just gave me one of the 2. Hey, please, I don't want to yell at him on the phone. Will you please get that from him?
No.
We don't say that word.
Respect.
It sounds like you're there with someone. Who are you there with?
Red, Chucky. Chucky, what is your fucking name? Dwayne. I'm here with Dwayne.
Is that your roommate?
How long you been here, Dwayne?
A week.
He's been here less than 3 days.
Okay, is that a friend or roommate or?
He's my street son now.
Partner? I'm sorry?
He's my street son now. Both he and I realize we both got fucked out of opportunities in our life. He's my son's age. I'm what would have been his father's age if he fucking ever had one. And we're going to help each other better our lives.
Okay. Well, it sounds like, you have a lot going on. And I know you mentioned you're not having homicidal thoughts, but you mentioned about threatening to kill the cops and wanting to kill them. Do you have access to a gun or anything that can
No, I
hurt
don't.
the cops with?
Nope.
Okay. So you don't have access to a firearm?
Not a firearm at all. We're training every day,
How
but with
about
dogs.
any other things that
Yeah,
could...
dogs.
Okay. You want to hurt the cops with the dog?
Yeah, that would be, well, not the cops. First thing I would do would be take out the police dogs.
Respect.
Respect. Knock it off. Respect. Respect. I will elbow you right in the nose. You know I don't want to, so knock it off.
Respect. Come on. Look, where's your slipper?
Yeah, give him a distraction.
Are you
please.
currently having thoughts of suicide?
No, man. No, man.
Okay, have you had thoughts of suicide in the past?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What's that?
Have you ever had any plans for your suicide?
Yeah.
Okay, did you ever attempt to kill yourself?
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
Oh, I think it was March 17th or 19th of 21. It was about the same time I was dealing with that fucking Judge Collier shit. Oh, I thought he was chewing me, but he was chewing the slipper.
So you threatened a judge?
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
That is up for debate.
Is that still under investigation?
No, I'm up on trial. So I'm being careful with what I say because I know this is a recorded line, but they convicted me of it, right? So I guess I theoretically could say that I'm presumed to have threatened a judge, even though the shady prosecution, the lack of defense, and no credible witnesses led to my prosecution and led to the overturn of the conviction, which Washington State, even though I was in constant communication with the prosecutor's office during the time in which they made these decisions, constant communication means they send me something and I respond. Does that mean back and forth communication? Is that better?
Okay.
They claimed that they didn't know where I was and had an extraditable warrant issued. And I was arrested in Sparks, Nevada, and extradited up to Washington State. And it took me 50 days to get out of jail and home.
Oh, wow. So home is Nevada and Washington. What happened? How did you get to Washington State?
Well, the state of Nevada detained me while I awaited the state of Washington to send 3 sheriff's deputies to kidnap me, transport me over state lines, both into Oregon and Washington, and where I languished for 2 weeks before a judge who was on holiday because I didn't get out of jail until January 2nd, released me on my own recognizance with good luck in getting 600 miles home with just a shirt on your back, good sir.
Wow. So you live in Nevada and you were extradited to Washington, basically.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Do you still have threats to kill this judge?
Do I still have what? Charges?
Threats to kill the judge?
Oh, I never threatened to kill the
Are you
judge.
still having those
I
thoughts?
never threatened to kill the judge, and it was never a credible threat. I just needed to be arrested because I was homeless.
Ah, okay. I see what you're saying. All right, but today, moving forward, do you have any thoughts of wanting to kill or harm a judge?
No, never did. Well, I take that back. There was a period of time when I was yelling a bunch of shit about Judge Spoo down here in Sparks. But if that was going to be an issue, it would have already been one. But I have no intentions of harming a judge at all, other than their reputation. And the one in question, Judge Scott A. Collier's already retired, and so is Judge Spoo, for that matter. So I don't think that they would, suffer any recourse that they wouldn't justly deserve. They're not going to lose, their pensions. They're not going to lose what everybody else loses. But I intend on them losing at trial.
Okay. So when do you have this trial?
Tentatively, if you will, ma'am, March 10th. But you know how these things are with mental
Okay.
health issues and, over 10 years worth of criminal history documenting the persecution of the disabled man. It's going to take a while for them to sort through all the paperwork because one thing that I do, ma'am, is I generate fucking data.
Okay. So it sounds like, despite everything that happened, you didn't really mean to threaten the judge. You threatened the judge, but you didn't have any intentions on harming the judge.
I had no intentions of harming the judge ever, but I sort of want to split hairs with you because I don't know if I meant to do it or I didn't mean to do it, and that's sort of part of the confusion. I did it. There's no fucking denying that, and I recorded myself doing it, and I emailed it to the Costco manager, and then I asked her to call the police with the proof of my recording.
Oh, wow.
Well, the question is, if I made this vague alleged threat, right, and then asked for my immediate arrest, do you believe that it is a credible threat to, quote unquote, assassinate somebody?
But those are pretty strong things.
For example, this is not my Tourette's. I'm going to kill you. Hey, officer, please arrest me. And then you press charges against me.
Mm-hmm.
That does not sound incredible, right?
So do you feel? So was it your Tourette or was it your?
I honestly think it's a
mental state?
dissociative personality disorder is what I think that is. I've been trying to explain that to my doctors for I don't know how many fucking years, and that's well documented throughout the courts and, with my calls to the crisis line and everything else.
Okay. AJ, what is your last name and your last four?
I'm Mark Thomas Hensley, Hensley.
Mark Thomas Hensley?
Yep, 1463.
1463?
Yes, ma'am. You do me a kindness.
Can you spell your last name for me?
Hensley.
Okay. And Thomas,
is my middle name.
is it Thompson, you said?
Mark Thomas is my
Thompson
middle name.
Or Thomas. Okay, I'm sorry.
My last name is Hensley.
Okay.
I'm a little upset about that.
All right. Why is that?
Oh, because the whole Wood family is a piece of shit, and that's where my mom comes from. And I'm named after her brother. That's what the Thomas thing is.
Okay. All right. That just sounds like there's a lot of moving pieces to what's going on tonight.
And my dog got his ass kicked by a cat, and his paw is all jacked up. So it's just fucking weird. It's just, dude, everything around me is weird. And then I just record it all and put it on YouTube.
Right. What was the threat to the judge?
To best of my recollection, now bear in mind that this was recorded on my iPhone and then emailed to the Costco manager from my Gmail address to her Costco address. I believe I said something along the lines of, I don't want to, but I think I might need to possibly assassinate Judge Collier, and I'm serious.
And this happened when? Earlier this, how long ago did this happen?
February 27th, 2021. I was in jail for 18 months awaiting trial. My sentencing range, if found guilty, was 0 to 90 days. So I've served well beyond the required time frame. It's just they lost their conviction, and they want to staple that pelt back on the wall.
Right. But this is all from February 27th?
Hey, ma'am, this is a corrupt county. In January of 2010, the Clark Skamania Drug Task Force did a no-knock drug raid on me at dawn, right? I had gone down to them like 3 days prior saying that I had a legal cannabis grow, and this is my name, address, and phone number if they have any questions. They said that they didn't know what I was talking about. And that was on Thursday. On Tuesday, they blew my fucking door. And then when I looked at the warrant, I realized it was because it was signed, already when I went and talked to that guy. And once they have fucking permission to play, these dirty motherfuckers are gonna play.
Mm.
You know how long I did
Wow.
in jail?
No.
4 hours. You know how much it cost me to get out?
How much?
$650. You know how many marijuana plants I had?
Nope.
133.
Wow.
You want to know what it says in Google?
No. What does it say?
Today, Judge Melnick exonerated Mark Hensley, a compassionate caregiver for William Britton, who regrettably died during the criminal proceedings of Mr. Hensley. During the conclusion of the bench trial, Mr. Hensley was found not guilty or properly executing his affirmative defense. And then, you know what Scott Acosta, the prosecuting attorney, said to me?
What did he say?
He quite simply said, "We'll get you next time." Looked me square in the fucking eyes and said, "We'll get you next time." So me being a bit of a rebellious sort, I then went loud and proud in the legalized medicinal cannabis industry in Washington State, where I did modestly okay, enough to pay for my divorce, which is what the entire goal was in the first place. But then when they went recreational, I was no longer going to be able to practice in the medical. So I was switching over to I-502, and I was a Tier 3 producer processor applicant, which means that I was granted, as long as I could fulfill the requirements, the permission to operate 30,000 square feet of cannabis. And I had investors lined up. I had things ready to go. And due to Washington State, my world absolutely fucking fell apart. And then due to my family, it was just torn a fucking sunder. And then Washington State stepped back in as my family retreated to the woods, and my brother hung and killed himself. And I've been fighting fucking cops and judges ever since, to be quite frank.
Oh, wow. Those must be like really, tough situations you've gone through, definitely going back and forth with the officers, experiencing the loss of your brother to suicide.
Being committed to the state mental institution twice involuntary. And if you think jails are bad, can I entertain you with stories, or regale you, if you will, of stories of the motherfucking state mental institutions? Please don't chew that.
You've been committed to the
please
state
get his leash and
institution?
just hang it on the hall tree?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You say you've been hospitalized at the state hospital?
Twice. The first time was for a 45-day restoration ordered by Judge Scott A. Collier. You might have heard that name before. That was June 22nd of 2015. While I was up there for a 15-day evaluation ordered by Judge Bennett out of Battleground, Washington, it was concluded that I possibly might have Tourette syndrome, and I definitely had Adderall delusions in clinical remission because I didn't take my prescribed Adderall. The fuck out of here with that. Oh, and by the way, ma'am, because I am a medicinal cannabis patient and have been authorized not only to grow and smoke cannabis medicinally in the state of Washington, because I choose to exercise that right, I am also cannabis dependent.
Okay. Have you spoken anything tonight?
Fuck yeah, I have. You not been paying attention?
Okay. No, I'm just asking to confirm. I have heard you, but I just want to make sure, it was clear when I asked it directly. Did you use any other substance tonight? Like any other drugs
No,
or
I would like to
alcohol?
know if we have a beer, but I don't think we do. I drink. I'm gonna get fucking fat from it. I drink, or I swill, if you will, Trader Joe's ginger beer. Oh, we do have a beer. We have like three sips of a beer left. I drink Coors Light that have the resealable tops, so I can just close them and put them back.
Okay. Have you been drinking the Coors Light today?
Oh, I'm doing it right now.
Earlier? All right. Can you just put down the alcohol as we talk for a little bit?
Yeah, I got 2 more sips and then I'm done.
Okay, but I was just trying to make sure that, we
lied,
can
it was
talk
1
without
sip.
you drinking.
What's that?
I
don't
want
drink
to
water,
talk to you while
and
you,
we don't have any
while
fucking
not
money.
Drinking.
So, the beverages are hard to come by.
Okay. But are you able to, refrain from drinking while we talk?
Yeah, unless you're going to give me $5 and I'm on a cell phone, I'll go next door and get a beer. The only reason I'm refraining from drinking is because I don't have anything to drink.
Okay. Do you feel like you need to go to a hospital?
May I ask for what?
No, just in general with everything that's going on. You say your mental health. You think it's that you were having, that you might be diagnosed with DIC.
Well, can I ask you a
You
question?
mentioned.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Are these hospitals set up to do anything other than to stabilize a patient and then medicate them?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure. You want me to tell you about it? You want me to tell you about it?
What was your experience like?
Which one? The state hospitals, the VA hospitals, you name it, I've probably been there. Which one are you interested in?
Well, which hospital do you typically go to?
I've had 6. No, I guess so. In the month of October and the first week of November, I had 5 involuntary incarcerations on the Reno VA psych ward. And then most recently, were you around me when did I meet you the day I got out of the psych ward?
No, I met you on I think I met you on the 8th.
I don't fucking know.
I
don't even know what's going on. I got back into Reno on the 6th. I know I had a psychiatric admit after that. They've canceled all my mental health services. They canceled my appointment that I waited 4 fucking months for with a medical prescriber because I do appreciate having Ativan, and the crackhead that stole my car also took my medication.
Mm-hmm. So, are you taking any medication at this time?
I got 3 Ativan left. I don't have any alcohol. I might take an Ativan.
Well, you just was drinking right now.
Hey, ma'am. You're not a robot, are you?
Concerned.
You're not a robot, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay, excellent.
No, I'm not.
So let's discuss this. Let's discuss this. Let's discuss this.
Drinking your
Let's
alcohol
discuss this. Let's discuss this. Let's discuss this. Let's discuss this. So my concern is that you're basically just reading from a script like a AI would do or a robot would do, and you're not using any of your God-given common sense. Now, you heard me say that I was taking a Coors Light out of the fridge. For God's sakes, I don't even know how old it is or who opened it. It had what I assumed to be 3 swallows left in it, and unfortunately, it wound up being 2. Now, typically, if it's a day or 2 old, it's still carbonated. And I was a little disappointed that it was somewhat flat, but it still had enough carbonation, but I didn't want to bitch. So that's my concern with alcohol. Now, if you believe Coors Light, which I believe is like a 5%, beer, I honestly don't know, nor do I give a fuck. I just drink light alcohol because it's easier to self-titrate with light alcohol than it is heavier alcohol.
Okay. I understand that, but I was just trying to I guess what I was trying to get at is that, definitely having any alcohol with any drug is not safe. And
Why
that's
is it?
why I was
Why
trying
is
to
it not
make
safe? I
sure.
think that is a very broad statement, and I think that it's foolish that you give that out to people. You're just trying to strike fear into people's hearts.
Well, the reason why I say that is because we don't know what the interactions might be,
Oh
and
my
it's
God! So we
always
need to
recommend
fucking
not
fear
to mix your
everything because
drugs
we
with
don't know what
medication.
might happen. Do you think I live my life in fear, ma'am? I'm bold. I'm courageous. I'm not fucking safe.
Mhm.
I don't look over my shoulder, and I'm a grown fucking white man, right? I damn well know
Okay.
how to. I take my fucking. I know how to make my food. I know how to do my fucking laundry. I know the medications that work for me. I know the medications that don't. I'm a fucking 50-year-old man. I'm not a goddamn child.
Okay. And I get that. And if you felt like I was thinking that you were a kid or making you feel as
No, the
such,
VAs
that was
cheesed
not
me
my
off pretty
intention.
fucking good the other day. They keep on canceling my appointments. They went around and they canceled my appointment in the community because they had an affiliation with Nation's Finest Behavioral Health Center where I had treatment for over 10 fucking months without any fucking notice. The VA went down there and canceled it.
Oh, wow. So between the 5 hospitalization within this past year,
What
and
do you mean?
also
Within
them
a
canceling your
fucking
appointment.
35-day period. You would think if there's 5 involuntary hospitalizations, many of them involving EMS, I believe fucking all of them involving the crisis line, you would think that, hey, maybe we need to offer this guy some motherfucking services.
Right. Yeah, and I'm not, I'm sorry about all that you experienced. Definitely, that's not how things should be. That's not how you should be treated. Definitely,
Your
you should be able to
sentiments
get
and your
treatment for what's going
sympathies,
on.
your sentiments and your sympathies are appreciated. They really are. And I sound glib and I sound flippant, but frankly, ma'am, or Scarlett, I don't give a damn.
Okay. What do you not care about anymore?
What's that?
What is it you don't care about anymore?
Anything but my dog.
Right.
Thank you, Chucky, for paying attention. Rock on.
Do you have anyone that you have that you can lean on to support?
I'm developing my own family plan.
Your own family plan?
Yes, ma'am. Predominantly involving white men.
Okay. 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 I know you mentioned earlier that you're not currently having thoughts of suicide, but, with everything you just said, are you currently having thoughts of suicide?
No, ma'am. Maybe a suicide mission, but I'm going to try to send a dog and a boy in first. They're both
Okay,
in
what would be
training.
the mission?
What's that?
What would be the suicide mission?
Oh, that's to be developed. I have not a clue.
Okay. Okay. Do you feel like you can keep yourself safe tonight?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm chill. My dog finally calmed down. We went to the dollar store, because, I like to get him slippers and kids' shoes and shit like that. He knows not to tear up the big stuff, but any woman that's dumb enough to leave her shoes in my house, they're going to be chewed up.
Right. 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 So what are some things you could do tonight to keep yourself safe?
I talked to you. That was pretty cool. Might take a bath. Definitely burn some incense.
Go to sleep.
What's up?
Go to sleep.
Oh, yeah, I haven't slept yet.
Yeah, you need to go to sleep.
Yeah, I need to sleep, man. I haven't slept in like 2 days.
Okay.
You know what you're doing after you got it.
So I'm probably going to take a, whatchamajiggy. I got fucking 3 of them. I had 34 of them in here because I had 4 left open. What's that?
34 what?
Lorazepam 1 milligram tabs. The crackheads, at least they didn't steal this bottle. They took a bottle that had 15 of them in it, and then they took 31 out of this bottle.
Okay. Do you take your lorazepam as prescribed? Are they
I don't know. Let me see. Take 1 tablet by mouth once a day as needed for anxiety to be refilled, whatever. So, no, I certainly don't take 1 a day by any fucking means whatsoever. And I don't really take it for anxiety. I tend to take it for sleep.
Okay. So, so you say you don't take it, you typically don't take it once per day. Do you take more than once per day, or you just take it?
Are you always on the dark side of the moon, ma'am? Now, when I was just describing to you the abundance of fucking pills that I had, and I said 1 bottle even had an overabundance of pills in it, you're asking me if I'm taking them more than prescribed? Well, if you heard that, why are you either insulting my intelligence or just insulting me?
Well, I'm not insulting you.
Do you believe me to be a drug addict? Do you believe me to be a drug addict?
I don't know what's going on, so that's why I'm asking.
Okay, so here's my question to you. Here's my question to you. Right? And you did make the assumption. There was an inflection in your voice, and it offended me. It just is what it is. But I don't think that you need to assume that everybody that partakes in any substance responsibly, right, in these legal or illegal substances, necessarily has issue with them. I understand your concern because I understand the preponderance of the crisis that the VA has thrust upon its veterans, and that's predominantly who you serve if you're only serving the Veterans Crisis Line. I'm fucking pissed that they fucked up the vets so bad with the opioid crisis that I can't even get fucking benzodiazepines without fucking giving them a semen sample, and that is me being flippant.
Mm-hmm. That I only asked because I just want to make sure that I ensure your safety now. Just want to make sure everything's okay.
Oh, as you can tell, I'm chill. I'm chill. But ma'am, when my passions flare, I'm afraid that diplomacy is not my forte.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Logos, please leave it. Just leave it, Logos.
Okay.
Thank you. Good boy.
So it sounds like you have the medication and, you have it there. You have an abundance amount. Do you keep it in a safe place?
I don't have an abundance amount. I have 3 fucking pills left because the crackheads took them all.
Okay.
Right?
I thought you said they didn't take that bottle at all, and that you only had.
They left me. They took a bottle that Doctor. Give me a second on this. Reinhardt mailed me. I was like flabbergasted when it happened. Because I had a bottle of, 34 of them already. But, don't fucking bitch when miracles happen. And I threw it in the dresser drawer in my bedroom. And evidently it was taken, and there was a crackhead at my house that blamed another crackhead. And I said, which is weird because this bottle used to have 34 in it, and right now it only has 14. I said, at least he didn't take them all. And because he probably would have thought that I would have noticed that bottle was missing. So he left the bottle in my kitchen, right? And took the one that was sealed in my bedroom. And then when I made mention to the other crackhead, at least, he left me some and left the bottle. when he found out what was going on, he stole the vast majority of the others, but left a few pushed to the front. So when I looked through under the fucking label, I could see a couple pills. Crafty little douchebags, ma'am. Crafty little douchebags.
Right. So, well, have you taken any steps to kind of make sure you protect your medication so that people don't touch it, or kind of keep it in a safer place?
I'm going to in the future, but I pretty much threaten everybody that comes into my house, and I didn't anticipate the degree of douchebaggery from these two individuals, and then one of them even had the audacity. He just kept on coming back, and then he finally stole my car and all my electronic shit, and then he fucking came back. And I was like, holy shit, the audacity of this guy. Because I had spent the night on the phone with the cops telling them that, when I caught him, I was going to take a Milwaukee hammer and break his right thumb.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah, well, there has to be accountability for actions, and the cops don't do shit. Right? I had a guy try to kill me on October 13th. I spent 3 days in the hospital because of a respiratory failure and Tourette's. But, the cops wouldn't do anything about it. So I told him, I'm just going to go over there and, kick his door in and break his fucking nose. And they're like, oh, we don't recommend you do that. And I said, well, then I recommend you do your fucking job and arrest him. And they're like, we're not going to do that. And I said, well, then good. I'm going to go break his fucking nose. I said, you've been warned, and if you want, you can fucking call him and warn him. You can put him in protective custody because when he tried to kill me and had me hospitalized, you didn't do shit about it. So now you have to protect him because I'm going to fucking kill him.
And this is a neighbor?
No, Leo Espinoza, I knew him for 7 months. He lived at the BHC with me, and then he moved into the mod apartment.
Okay.
People are different when they get out of, because I was a residential community. We had, group, twice a week. We had meetings every morning and things like that. And they had a very strict no drugs and alcohol policy. You could use nicotine, in any form, but that was about it. And as much coffee as you could handle. And I didn't have a single cup the entire time I was there. But, that keeps people in a, if you pardon the pun, a clean mindset. So this guy, Corey, was chill, and he was my roommate, for fucking Christ's sakes. And so was Leo. And what happened was Corey moved out and moved into the apartment complex where I'm currently living about a month and a half prior to me. And then he eased his way back into his alcoholism. And by the time I moved in here, he was, a full-blown drunkard, if you will. And, we were all veterans over at the BHC, and we all have our histories, and we understand each other, and we support each other. But then, dude, some of these guys have fucking demons. And Corey's got a fucking demon. And when he's drunk and that shit comes out, I don't know how to handle it. And, dude, I got arrested over it. I wound up getting hit with contempt, did 13 days in jail, and then when I got out, we still had the same beef, and I was telling the cops, I'm just going to fucking kill this guy, and then I would call 988, and they're like, tell me more, how do you want to kill him? I said, bitch, I'm going to go kick his fucking door. I don't want to go through it again because I forgave him.
Okay. Are you guys still quarreling? You, Corey?
No, he came over here today fucking hostile as shit. I spoke to him the other day, and he told me that my car hit his car, and I said, I really hope not. And I went down and I checked my car, and it had no damage. And he's like, it's the same color as your car. And I said, I don't know what to tell you. And he's like, your car's parked beside my car. I said, well, it's backed in, and I don't back it in. And he goes, well, it's backed in. I said, yeah, I fucking told you the crackhead stole my car and brought it back. He could have hit you. I don't fucking know. But you got no beef with me. You know, if anything, I'm a fucking
Right.
victim here with you. And then he fucking wants to fight over that shit.
Wow. So, did he try to fight you, or are you going to try to hurt him, or?
No,
What was
we
the
get
end
along. We
result?
get along, and he was surprisingly sober and spry. And I've been training my my dog on cats, you know, to identify cats, because I'm training my dog as a protection animal. I told you that at the beginning of the phone call, right?
Right.
So
right. He got beat up by a cat. I
he's
remember you
he's
telling me
trained
that.
off lead. I don't need him chasing fucking cats, squirrels, you name it. I don't need him chasing this shit. So, you know, I just walk around with my dog training all the time, because the dog will be on a leash that is not in my hand under my verbal control at all times. But they're not born that way, ma'am. You got to fucking train them, right? And you have to
Right.
give the trainer the space and the latitude in order to do it. And my fucking apartment complex knows that I'm disabled, knows that I utilize service animals for the last fucking decade, know that I just purchased another service animal that needs to be trained, and now I'm on strike one, and it's fucking bullshit. Okay, I don't want you. You can eat it. Okay, so my dog is off leash and I'm training them. And they came up and they're like, you need to put that dog on a leash. So what do you think my dog did?
Probably got aggressive and probably wanted to kind of go against the other person.
My dog went, "Roo, roo, 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 roo." That's what my dog did. Right? Now, he shouldn't have done that. And not you hear him growling now. I just worked him up. Well, that's because I was teaching my dog to bark. So
Right.
I walk around. We have a patrol that we do, right? Will you please make sure that that's... Get those turd bags from him, please?
Yeah. Come here.
Anyway, and I train him on homeless people. And when I see a homeless person, I go, "Bah," like, hey, there's this weird dude crouched down in the fucking alley, right? Alert me to these things.
Right.
And then, you know, as his training progresses, I now walk up to people and I say, hey, my dog is going to bark at you and I'm not going to correct him. And I take out my camera and I film it. And the people that are chill, the dog doesn't bark at all. And the people that are fucking sketchy, he barks at them. And then I just sit there and he just sits there and barks. And then these sketchy ass people are trying to figure out what the fuck they're going to do, because here's this Doberman pincer barking at them and this dumbass honky filming it. Will you please get that from him? That's part of this turd bag contraption. Here, let me give this thing to you. It's on my belt loop. And I don't think he's done any damage to that thing. Can I see what it looks like, just for posterity's sake?
The bottom of it?
Yeah, the thing he was just chewing.
Ooh.
So, okay, there is a slight tooth mark, but that is fucking it.
That's fine.
And the reason I say that, ma'am, is because the first thing that I did when I got this animal, because I've been training animals for quite a while, was I taught him how to chew, right? How much pressure to apply to things. Because I'm training him as an intimidation animal. He's trained to bark at you, and he's trained to pull at your clothes. And that's about it.
Okay. So you're teaching the dog to be aggressive towards some people versus all people?
The dog is of the impression. No. So right now, I'm teaching him for homeless people to be alert. So after he's done barking at the homeless person, or the homeless person holds her hands out and makes friends with this dog, because he barks, he whines, he doesn't understand the situation. He's a baby.
Oh, it's a puppy.
Yeah, he's only 6 months old. But, you know, he's a teenager now. And you know what teenagers look like, especially Doberman?
Mm-mm.
Well, they look like young black men. Everybody's afraid of them.
Okay. Mm. So, so does he have to, is he finished his trainings or
What's that?
is he finished his training?
It's a minimum of 3-year program, but the thing that I have been going exceedingly above and beyond with this animal is to build a rapport of trust, and he implicitly trusts me, and he knows that he is rapidly gaining my trust. He is aware of that. You would be utterly surprised the amount of communication that two species can have together if they just focus on each other. And he and I'm like a helicopter parent, right? This dummy can't do a fucking thing. He's like he's chewing up a poop bag right now. And, anybody that saw that would be like, holy shit. And now he stole your medication. Oh, he doesn't even care, June. He doesn't even care. Okay.
Respect.
Thank you. Pick it up, please. Hey, don't just fucking say that and leave that there.
Respect.
Thank you, Logos. Thank you, Logos. Don't you chew that wire. Don't you do it. Will you please take that wire off my lap? Thank you.
Yeah.
The neighbors love us. I'm training what is, most realistically going to be a 115-pound Doberman. And he leaps like a gazelle. I live on the 3rd floor apartment. We have this really fucking nice linoleum vinyl type, sort of a rustic gray brown flooring. I love my apartment. I am so fortunate to have this place. Good boy, Logos. Good boy. See, did you just hear him growl?
No, I didn't hear him. I didn't hear
So
him
he was
growl.
standing on the couch looking out the window. We got a bar across the street. There's also a motorcycle club. You familiar with like an outlaw motorcycle club?
Yeah.
Okay, we got one of those across the street too. So, loud motorcycles, bikers doing whatever bikers do behind a privacy screen that we can see into because I live on the 3rd floor apartment. So, anything that he growls at, anything that he barks at, all I do is I say, good boy, and then I go over and explore it with him, and then I'm like, then I reassure him, don't worry about it, or, hey, no, that's something you should bark at, and then I start barking, so then he starts barking, and then he becomes aware of what I want him to bark at. Also with the alerts, he doesn't know how to bark. He has an instinct. That's sort of like children don't know how to talk. They have an instinct. Somebody has to teach them this shit. So it's really valuable to get them as young as you can and just show them immediately what you want and expect from them at an age that's appropriate for them. And I missed out on 50 fucking motherfucking crucial developmental days, right? I got him on November 2nd. I was arrested November 21st. And didn't get back home until January 6th. When I left, I had nothing but brand new, impeccable furniture. And when I came back, it looked like somebody had taken a sander to the corners of all my wood furniture and the legs to my stools. I mean, I taught him how to chew, right? So he doesn't destroy things.
Right.
He just fucking gnaws on them. Do you know how long it took him to put these beaver marks all over my furniture?
No, I can only imagine.
Well, all I'm
that
saying,
those amount of
ma'am,
months,
all I'm saying,
that
ma'am,
time
is
that you were away.
if I was home, do you think I would allow my dog to chew on anything it's not supposed to, or let alone spend hours gnawing on these things? But can I tell you how motherfucking grateful I was to have a dog to come home to? After 9 days, they fucking cut their nuts off and adopt them or put them up for adoption.
Right.
Ask me how many dogs I've lost.
How many?
3. Ask me how many I'm willing to lose.
I'm hoping none.
Infinite.
It just sounds a lot that's going on, and it seems like you've been able to keep it all together.
Ma'am,
Despite
I've
all the
been
stuff.
doing a poor job of that at best. And if you want to describe me, in an accurate term, it would be a menace to society, but a really fucked up adult version of Dennis the Menace.
Oh wow! But it sounds like you have some things to kind of help keep you safe. You mentioned taking a bath.
Oh yeah, no, I'm chill. I'm chill. I'm totally chill. And as I said, I'm gonna take an Ativan and put on some chill music, lay in bed, and I'll be out in 15 minutes.
Okay, so you're gonna take your medication as prescribed, and and then kind of go to sleep and stuff like that.
You probably do all this stuff because it's a recorded line, because you damn well know I'm not going to take my medication as prescribed.
Well, I would want for you to take it as prescribed. It said take one.
I'm going to take one pill,
a day.
but I'm not going to do it for anxiety, and I'm certainly not going to take one a day. Do I sound anxious to you?
No, you don't. I would want you to take your medications as you're supposed to.
Well, I'm taking them as I need to, and I'm taking them for the symptoms that they combat, and I'm taking them in a mature manner, like the God-fearing white motherfucking man that I am.
Mm-hmm. Well, how can we keep you safe around, having those thoughts of hurting others?
You can't. But I'll call back to talk about them.
I can't.
You can't
you
keep
can't.
me safe.
You don't know
from
how
the
to keep
thoughts,
yourself
because
safe?
the thoughts are what haunt me.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. When those thoughts come, what are some things you can do to kind of help keep you safe?
Are you asking
so that
me
you
to
don't want to hurt
pre-plan
other
my
people?
next safety plan for my next crisis? Ma'am, that is exhausting.
Well, I just want to, have a plan. In a sense, yes, asking you to pre-plan just in case you have a crisis later on how you'll be able to handle it.
If you know anything about me, this is probably about my thousandth call to you guys. Happy fucking anniversary. I don't know what it is, but they're all fucking recorded. And can I tell you something?
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of every one, it says that it's recorded and it might possibly be reviewed for quality assurance. Now, I have a question for you. If you guys are a suicide and crisis line and you have the same individual call back 1,000 times, does that assure you of any quality?
Well, we assess and we take each call as a brand new call.
Why
so
in
whatever
God's
happened
name?
whatever happened on your last
Why in
call,
God's name do you not have anything in the system that flags habitual callers that are supposed to be getting services from the VA, because the VA is killing veterans with their poor service? You can't do this to us and expect us to hold on for fucking ever.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't, I don't have those access to those other calls. This is a brand new call for me.
No, I get
and
that.
that's why
I get that. I get that.
to you.
So all I'm doing is iterating to you how abysmal the services that not only you guys provide, but the VA provides to veterans in general. Not only did their military service cause them irreparable harm, the care that they get is deplorable. There's absolutely no excuse for it. And you guys claim that you're monitoring these calls. What the fuck? What in Christ's name are you monitoring them for? Because the shit that I have said on here should have sent up 18 motherfucking thousand red flags with some flares and fireworks to boot. And somebody from your service should have alerted the VA, should have done a fucking follow up. Good God, this one's not going to kill himself. He's going to fucking kill all of us. What should we do with this motherfucker? And I say, I don't know. We'll talk on March motherfucking 10th.
Right. I'm sorry that you're experiencing those things and the VA's, the things that you experience at the VA. I definitely want to be able to, kind of help you. We do have our suicide prevention coordinator to offer resources for you. I can put a consult in for someone to call you, especially since you mentioned that you've been dropped from different services at different VAs.
I need to speak to my Jesus. What the fuck is that called? Interim prescriber, who is Dr. Reinhard, and I need to speak to him, and I need to get a prescription refill.
Okay. Did you want me to put a consult in for someone to reach out to you so that they can try to see if
I don't know how to
get Dr. Reinhardt to contact you?
I don't know how to get a hold of this man. And the only thing that you can do is reach out to the suicide crisis prevent or whatever it is coordinator.
Yeah.
So we've had
a prevention coordinator.
Yeah, we've had a pretty in-depth call. So you're going to document whatever you document. When you do that, just say, hey, somebody might want to reach out to his mental health pharmaceutical prescriber because he's running very low on medication, and see what they say.
Okay.
Let's pretend.
Yeah,
let's pretend that I'm retarded and crazy and can't get a hold of my doctor. Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because I can't fucking get a hold of my doctor. But at least, ma'am, when you write it in the chart note, there's documentation. So then we can go back and go, holy shit, no wonder he's talking about killing fucking healthcare workers.
Right. Did you want me to put that consult in for you?
Please and thank you.
Okay. All right. And how about creating a safety plan on how you're going to keep yourself safe when you're having those homicidal thoughts?
We've already been over all this,
having
ma'am.
thoughts killing the house?
Now you have me thinking about killing fucking, medical workers, right? Earlier I was thinking about killing cops. Right. This is what I said. I'll kill you all, and I don't even know what the fuck that means. But quit going over these motherfucking safety plans with me. Otherwise, I'm going to be threatening to kill everybody.
Okay. My sense is just to make sure that you're safe and that we can also keep
I get
others
that, but
safe.
now you have completely fucking worked me up, and I got to deal with that. And we've been on the phone for a fucking hour. I want to get off the phone because now I'm going to have to deal with the ramifications of your fucking policies. I understand that that's not your intent. And even when I beg you guys and explain my situation, they tell me how sorry they are, and they motherfucking torture me anyway. A lot of times, the therapeutic aspects of the conversation that I have are beneficial for me. So I call back repeatedly, right? Because I appreciate the therapeutic aspects, but I don't appreciate, you working up my anxiety, you bringing on intrusive thoughts that I don't have control over, and then ultimately greatly affecting my Tourette syndrome or whatever the fuck it is. I don't care what they call it. I'm affected.
I'm sorry that that you're being worked up. on these different things. I just wanted to make sure that we were able to kind of create a plan to keep both
Yeah, we're
other
good. We're
people
good,
safe.
ma'am. We got to get off the phone. I'm just going to yell at you, and you don't deserve it, and I don't want to.
Okay.
You have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye.